Honorable President of India, Srimati Droupadi Murmu, Srimati Surina Rajan, Director General, Haryana Institute of Public Administration, Sri Nitin Gupta, Chairman, Central Board of Direct Taxes, Sri Sanjay Puri, Principal Director General Training, National Academy of Direct Taxes, Sri K. Rajaraman, Secretary, Telecom, Dr. K. L. Prasad, Course Director, Haryana Institute of Public Administration, Sri Narendra Bharati, Director, WMO, officers belonging to various services, my fellow officer trainees, and other dignitaries. A very good morning to one and all present here. I, Rumeza Fatima, an officer trainee of the 75th batch of the Indian Revenue Service, consider it my highest honor and privilege to welcome everyone present here today. Madam President, close to 100 officer trainees and officers belonging to various branches of the Indian Civil Services, such as the Indian Police Service, Indian Revenue Service, Indian Postal Service, Indian Railway Account Service, as well as the Indian Radio Regulatory Service, have gathered here today. Firstly, I invite Srimati Surina Rajan, Director General, Haryana Institute of Public Administration, to welcome the gathering.
Honorable President of India, Srimati Droupadi Murmu, my colleagues from other services and other training institutions, and dear officer trainees, good morning. I extend a hearty welcome to you all to this interactive meeting of officer trainees with Honorable President of India. We are privileged to join this meeting as facilitators for the meeting. It's an occasion that's a lifetime memory for almost all of us. The training period in a probationer's life is usually the most memorable period in the life of a civil servant. Young persons, after the training, transform into trained professionals ready to go and serve the citizens of this country. Officers from diverse backgrounds develop a bonding within and across services. It is this camaraderie that helps achieve the desired governance outcomes as civil servants in next 3 or 3.5 decades or more of their service. The words of wisdom from Honorable President would be highly valuable for the officer trainees as they embark on their civil service career. I am sure that this interaction session with Honorable Madam President will be a moment of lifetime that will be cherished by the officer trainees as they move through their cycle of professional journey. Honorable Madam President, today 100 officer trainees are being presented to you from 3 distinct training institutions, and they belong to 5 different streams of civil services. These officer trainees are primarily from science and technology background in terms of their academic qualifications. The first group comprises of 17 officers of the Indian Radio Regulatory Services of the Department of Telecommunications. Presently, they are being trained at Wireless Monitoring, Training and Development Center, New Delhi. The IRRS officers are mainly interested with the management of radio frequency spectrum and satellite orbits at national, regional, and global level, an extremely significant area in today's connected world with internet and telecom services. The second group is the 75th batch of Indian Revenue Service officers, comprising of 49 officer trainees, including 2 officer trainees from Bhutan Royal Service. National Academy of Direct Taxes has provided these officer trainees with technical and practical inputs in the income tax and other allied laws. The officer trainees are exposed to the faceless assessment, the non-intrusive investigation techniques, and citizen-friendly initiatives which the government is focusing on. The third group of officers, 34 officers of 3 different services, are currently undergoing special foundation course at HIPA, Haryana Institute of Public Administration, Gurugram. Of these officer trainees, 16 are from the Indian Police Service 6 from Indian Postal Service, and 12 are from Indian Railway Account Service. The special foundation course at HIPA has been designed under overall guidance of Lal Bahadur Shastri National Academy of Administration, Mussoorie, which comprises of 15 modules and is a judicious mix of academic and non-academic activities. The training at HIPA has a particular focus on ethical and good governance, and a highlight of the foundation course is to make them familiar with application of constitutional values in their everyday working, exposure to issues of national security and external relations, and the role of civil society leaders under the specially designed module on Sabka Vikas, Sabka Saath. The non-academic component includes physical training, Himalayan trek, and deep immersion into the village life of this country. Honorable Madam President, we are honored that the officer trainees have this opportunity to interact with you today and learn from your vast and varied experience in public life. Madam President, your words of wisdom and insights, I am sure, will motivate these young officers through their career and help them to perform their duties with integrity, devotion, and professionalism. Jai Hind.
Honorable President of India, respected dignitaries, and my colleagues, Namaskar. I, Aditi Singh, IRAS 2018, on the behalf of the officer trainees of the Special Foundation course conducted at the Haryana Institute of Public Administration, express my heartfelt gratitude to the Honorable President for this opportunity to share some vignettes of our training. Swami Ramakrishna declared, "As long as I live, so long as I learn." A notable step on this journey of lifelong learning was when we, officers of the IPS, the IPoS, and the IRAS, joined HIPA for the Special Foundation course on 19 September 2022. Many of us joined this training program after gaining some field experience. This SFC has been the crucible where friendships have been forged, inhibitions have been lost, and confidence gained. The Special Foundation course has further added to the training received at our respective academies. The ideals of propriety, proficiency, and productivity learned at the Indian Railways Institute of Financial Management have been strengthened by classes on economics and public policy here. The IPoS motto of service before self has been imbibed by IPS and IRAS officers too, as reflected in the camaraderie experienced during the arduous Himalayan trek. At the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel National Police Academy, IPS officers learn the import of the values Satya, Seva, and Suraksha. Our modules on national security and India and its neighborhood, conducted at the Foreign Service Institute, have helped all of us to take a more expansive and international view of these terms. India has 14,000 police stations, 67,000 kilometers long railway track, and dotted by 1.6 lakh post offices, an emblem of the government's effort to provide last-mile service delivery to the common man. Our upcoming village visit provides us an opportunity to live the lives of these common men and women, to be one of them and amongst them. Sardar Patel said, "In a domestic government, unity and cooperation are essential prerequisites, ranging from coordination between the police and postal departments on the E-Challan project, the police and railways on children coming in contact with the railways, to the Rail Post Gati Shakti Express cargo service. Our tri-service training during the SFC has prepared us to break silos and advance the whole of government approach to solving our nation's important issues. Yadev vidyaya karoti, shraddhaya upanishada, tadev veeravatram bhavati." Whatever work is done with knowledge, through conviction, and backed by contemplation, that alone becomes the most effective. So states the Chandogya Upanishad. Standing in the hallowed halls of the Rashtrapati Bhavan on the 75th year of our independence, inspired by your illustrious example, Madam President, we, are resolved to not chafe at the burden of our obligations, the complexity of our decisions, the agony of our choices, but to follow Patelji's maxim of taking to the path of dharma, the path of truth and justice. Dhanyavad and Jai Hind.
Honorable President of India, esteemed dignitaries, senior officers, and my dear colleagues, good morning to all. I'm Purvi Nanda, an officer trainee of the 75th batch of Indian Revenue Service Income Tax. I feel extremely honored and humbled to be given this opportunity to share my journey as an officer trainee at the National Academy of Direct Taxes, Nagpur. The desire to be a part of India's growth story motivated me to join civil services. This could not come at a better time as the country has entered 75th year of its independence. With this backdrop, I entered the academy. The first thing I noticed in the academy was the motto of our service, Koshaha Mulo Danda, which means revenue is the backbone of administration. And as revenue service officers, we must devote ourselves to revenue augmentation and sustainability, playing a crucial role in nation building. The induction training at the academy is based on the premise that knowledge is power. Thus, in order to impart to us knowledge in various fields of taxation, accountancy, forensic sciences, and law, the training module comprises of rigorous classroom sessions, industrial visits, 2 months of on-the-job training, and several insightful attachments. These attachments include Himalayan Trek, National Security Attachment with the Bureau of Police Research and Development, Digital Forensics Attachment at National Forensic Science University, Army Attachment to Northern and Eastern Commands, and recently, Parliament Attachment. These attachments also aim to instill in us a sense of camaraderie. With 47 trainees from across the country and 2 trainees from the Royal Bhutanese Service, our batch represents a true unity in diversity. This unity is cemented right from the diverse menu of the officers' mess to celebrating various cultures through fests and festivals. The Academy also promotes physical and mental well-being. Through world-class facilities, we are encouraged to participate wholeheartedly in various sports such as tennis, swimming, squash, cricket, and badminton. Madam President, undoubtedly, the induction training is a beautiful chapter of our lives, and the lessons learned here are going to play an important role as we step into field postings. We assure you that in our service to the nation, we will uphold the values of probity, objectivity, efficiency, and devotion. Thank you. Jai Hind.
माननीय राष्ट्रपति महोदया एवं उपस्थित महानुभावगण, विश्व के सबसे बड़े लोकतंत्र के प्रथम नागरिक के समक्ष एवं इस ऐतिहासिक हॉल में अपने अनुभव को व्यक्त करने का अवसर मिलना हमारे लिए अत्यंत ही गौरव एवं सम्मान का विषय है। मैं अक्षय कुमार गुरुजी, इंडियन रेडियो रेगुलेटरी सर्विस के 2020 सत्र का प्रशिक्षु अधिकारी हूँ और मूलतः मध्य प्रदेश के ग्वालियर जिले का निवासी हूँ। हम सभी प्रशिक्षु गौरवान्वित हैं कि आज आपके संबोधन, आशीर्वाद और सार्वजनिक जीवन में आपके विशाल और विविध अनुभवों से सीखने का अवसर मिला है। माननीय महोदया, एक प्रशिक्षु से एक जिम्मेदार सिविल सेवक बनाए जाने का हमारा यह सफर बेतार प्रशिक्षण एवं विकास केंद्र भिटौरनी दिल्ली से प्रारंभ हुआ। इसके 42 सप्ताह के प्रशिक्षण कार्यक्रम के दौरान 15 सप्ताह के फाउंडेशन कोर्स में, जहां हमें अनुशासन, समयबद्धता, नैतिकता, कर्तव्य निष्ठा जैसे मूलभूत गुण सिखाए गए, वहीं हमें अनुशासन, एक जिम्मेदार सिविल सेवक के सारे गुण जैसे सतर्कता, अनुशासनात्मक कार्यवाही व वित्तीय पहलुओं की बारीकियों से भी निष्णात किया गया। माननीय महोदया, स्पेक्ट्रम देश का एक सीमित, प्राकृतिक एवं बहुमूल्य संसाधन है जो देश के सामाजिक और आर्थिक विकास में अति महत्वपूर्ण योगदान रखता है। हम अनुभवी विशेषज्ञों द्वारा दूरसंचार के विभिन्न क्षेत्र जैसे मोबाइल, सैटेलाइट, टेरेस्ट्रियल कम्युनिकेशन इत्यादि का स्पेक्ट्रम प्रबंधन एवं निगरानी के साथ साथ नेशनल फ्रीक्वेंसी एलोकेशन प्लान, पब्लिक पॉलिसी फॉर्मुलेशन, स्पेक्ट्रम रेगुलेशन व लाइसेंसिंग का सम्यक ज्ञान प्रदान किया गया और आपदा प्रबंधन में दूरसंचार की बहुआयामी भूमिका के बारे में भी अवगत कराया गया। वायरलेस संचार सेवाओं व निगरानी के अध्ययन के लिए भारत के सीमावर्ती क्षेत्र, तटीय क्षेत्र और उत्तर पूर्व क्षेत्र के दौरों के दौरान हमने सीखा कि वायरलेस सिग्नल अंतर्राष्ट्रीय सीमाओं को नहीं मानते। अतः उनका प्रबंधन एवं सदुपयोग को सुनिश्चित करने के लिए निरंतर निगरानी की आवश्यकता होती है। इन क्षेत्रों से न केवल हम बेतार संचार की चुनौतियों को समझ सकते, बल्कि हम इस महान देश के विशाल विस्तार, अद्भुत सौंदर्य और अचंभित कर देने वाली विविधता को भी आत्मसात किया। प्रशिक्षण के मध्य हमने भारत सरकार के विभिन्न विभाग जैसे WBC विंग, WMO, ट्राई, CDOT, DCPW, CCI, CIC, JCES, डिफेंस, इसरो, NCRA, USOF, दूरदर्शन आदि के कार्यों और चुनौतियों से निकटता से परिलक्षित किया और स्पेक्ट्रम पर निर्भरता और उसके प्रबंधन के महत्व को भी समझ सके। संसद अटैचमेंट से हम सभी में संसदीय प्रक्रियाओं की मूलभूत समझ विकसित हुई। इस प्रशिक्षण के उपरांत हम स्वयं को और भी दृढ़ संकल्प, कुशल व राष्ट्रीय निर्माण हेतु अधिक प्रेरित एवं समर्पित पाते हैं। माननीय महोदया, आपके आशीर्वाद व मार्गदर्शन के यह अभूतपूर्व क्षण हमारे पूरे सेवा काल में प्रेरणा के एक निरंतर स्रोत की तरह काम करेंगे और ईमानदारी, समर्पण के साथ अपने राष्ट्र के प्रति कर्तव्यों का पालन करने के लिए प्रेरित करते रहेंगे। बेतार प्रशिक्षण एवं विकास केंद्र की ओर से आपको सादर नमन करते हुए एवं एक समृद्ध भारत का संकल्प लेते हुए मैं अपने उद्बोधन को विराम देता हूँ। धन्यवाद। जय हिंद।
Senior officials from the respective training academies, officers and trainees of the different services present here, ladies and gentlemen. I am happy to interact with the young officers and trainees of Indian Police Service, Indian Revenue Service, Indian Postal Service, Indian Railway Account Service, and Indian Radio Regulatory Service. First of all, I congratulate you all for clearing the prestigious competitive examinations conducted by UPSC and completing the major part of your training. I am told that some of you are already posted as officers. I am also told that 2 officer trainees of Bhutan Royal Service are also present here today. I welcome both the officers. Dear young officers, you all have been selected for the positions carrying highest responsibility. The governance system has huge confidence in your capabilities to implement the policies of national significance and thereby shape the future of the people. In your respective services, you are expected to follow citizen-centric approach while taking decisions. Be aware of your goals and actions. You should align your goals and aims with the broader goals of the nation. I am told that officers and trainees present here are from diverse social, economic, and cultural backgrounds. I am sure you would have gained immensely from each other during your training. Interactions during your training must have been vibrant and enriching. Dear officers trainees of Indian Police Service, Indian Postal Service, Indian Railway Account Service, I am told that you are a group of 35 officers undergoing special foundations course at Haryana Institute of Public Administration, Gurugram. I am sure that the professional knowledge and the orientation for efficient administration that you gain there will enable you to discharge your duties more efficiently and effectively. I am told that most of you being the science and technology backgrounds, as we all know, this is the era of technology. There is immense scope of innovation in the field of administration and governance. Technology can be used to make governance more and more effective, speedy, transparent, and people-oriented. Dear officer trainees of Indian Revenue Service, you are joining a service that plays a vital role in collection of resources for the government. The government requires and utilizes these resources for undertaking its programs and projects, thus leading to the progress and development of the country. I am told that 75th batch of Indian Revenue Service comprises 49 officer trainees, including 2 officer trainees from Bhutan Royal Service. I am happy to know that 16 states and UTs are represented in your batch. The officer trainees in the batch are from diverse educational backgrounds such as engineering, medical service, commerce, and law. I am told that 1/3 of the officer trainees are from rural background. Your experience and knowledge of rural India will enable you to adopt more inclusive approach in your way of working. You must remember that your twin role is to facilitate compliance of laws by taxpayers and also contribute to overall credible deterrence against tax evasion. Communications with taxpayers should be made more respectful and systems should move towards voluntary compliance. I am confident that you will perform your duties with commitment and dedication. Faceless assessment scheme of Government of India is aimed towards bringing more transparency in governance. I also advise the young officer trainees to acquaint themselves with the new faceless environment. I am sure you will work hard to acquire and develop the knowledge and skill required for performing your job in upcoming decades. Dear officers of Indian Railway Regulatory Service, the functions of Indian Radio Regulatory Service are very significant and have gained greater importance in recent years. The allocation of spectrum licenses, conducting spectrum auction, and providing necessary clearances are some of your major responsibilities. In the digital environment, adequate access of spectrum is necessary for expanding telecommunication networks and addressing the rising demands for data services. Mobile phones have now become a part and parcel of our life. Personal as well as professional communications are done through mobile phones. India has already welcomed 5G, which is the 5th generation mobile phone technology. All this wireless communication is possible only with efficient spectrum management. I am sure you will do your job with utmost sincerity and will bring in new ideas and technologies for making and implementing relevant policies. Dear officers, I have observed that the strength of lady officers in these services has increased in recent years. But I would like to say that this is not enough, and I wish to hire a number of lady officers in all such services in coming years. In the end, I would like to highlight that every segment of population should keep in mind the interest of the poorest of the poor. As public policy is a tool for social justice, public servants are the agents of social change. You have chosen public services as your career. Therefore, always remember that you are here to serve the nation and serve the people. I once again extend my best wishes to all the officers and trainees of various services present here today for a bright future and successful careers ahead. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.